crazy. I think I know this. I think I know this. This rhythm. Good morning. What's going on? 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 Something's happening here, man. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Mm, 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 mm. All right, folks, give me 1 second. I'm just getting myself in order here and trying to get everything where it's supposed to be. Clear my desk. Dun, 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 I see why a lot of people do for the work with their headphones on at, if they're at a job at a factory or someplace like that where you can't have music, but then you need to be alert. So the place wants you to, be alert. So they don't want you to have your headphones on. So it's like, but you feel so much better when some music is in the background, You feel like, all right, man, I can get some work done. Okay, so let me, I got some catching up to do. I'm gonna make sure that I can see who's here, who's coming in. But I want to run through these this stuff here because I want to get to the Floormate. I have a Floormate that's leaking, and I want to find out what's going on. But I actually do want to get some of this stuff done here. Okay, this quick stuff. So let me put this in the system. If you guys can bear with me and just be cool and positive and just relax and chill and get your coffee, your drink, or whatever while I try to get myself together here. I didn't want to delay starting the show because I had people coming in, dropping stuff off, and I couldn't start at that time. And that's the kind of situation I'm in. It's not like a studio. A lot of these guys have podcasts and then they have set times and then, action. My time can be interrupted at any time. So that's, but I still want to do the show, you know what I mean? So just kind of bear in mind that if you pop in, a lot of times I'm going to be like trying to catch up. Not just that, it's not that old, not that old stereotypical thing where they said, man, the black guy's late again. It's not that thing, okay, guys? All right, good. All right, so I got this out the way. All right. All right, let me turn this down. And let's start working, man. Let's get some stuff done. What is this here? Let's get some stuff done, and I'm going to see if I have any comments that I had to answer. I may do that maybe halfway through, but I just need to open up that tab. All right. Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like I do. So we'll get to those in a second. All right. All right. Okay. Let's see what's wrong with this Bissell. If you have a Bissell at home or a regular vacuum, things might occur. You may not know where to go and where to find information from. I'm hoping this is a place. Look at this. What is with this, man? Oh, my God. Guys, give me 1 second, guys. I don't know what's happening with the other thing here. Give me a second. Just give me a moment here. I don't know what's happening, man. I'm using the OBS. OBS always upsets me for some reason. I'm on the vertical on this side. I have my OBS set up so I can have an overhead view. So if anyone wants to see this overhead, they can go and hit the other link. That's the idea of that. But the vertical setup is over here, and this over here. No, I'll get better at it. Okay. All right. Anyway, it's just every day there's something. Hey, you know when they say iron sharpens iron, right? And then also pressure, adversity, hiccups, hang up, all that stuff. Either is going to reveal that you are a mental case, right? Or is going to show that you can handle yourself, and you're just going to pick up and keep moving, right? You know what I mean? But the stuff is going to happen, right? What's that? It's a biblical thing. It says, in the world, you have tribulation, but I've overcome the world, right? In other words, shit's always going to happen. you just have to just keep rolling, man, and manage it the best way you can. That's it. but it's going to happen. Okay, I'm all set. Hey, Brienne, what's up, girl? What's up? All right. And what is that? Chewy Jimenez or Choi or Chew Jimenez. I'll just say Jimenez. All right. What's up, Brienne? All right. So let's see what's happening with this bad boy here. I'm gonna turn it on and let's listen to it. Maybe you guys can help me solve my my issue here. All right. And that's that. Let me bring this down. Give me a second, man. I'm just trying to see both feeds because if I see a comment on one, I may not see it on the other. And all right. Going back. Okay, here we go. All right, fantastic. We're up and running. Awesome. All right. And I see both of them side by side. Great. All right, Brianne, hope your morning is good. I hope you're having a fantastic morning, right? Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, the only thing I don't see is the brushes are not turning. Okay, that's the only thing I see here. Okay, the brushes are not turning. I see airflow in this thing. Normally, if the suction is messed up, it's either going to just you'll hear it. You'll hear like the strain, or you won't see anything moving around in your dustbin. So when you turn it on, check for airflow. If things are happening like that, all right, you have suction. All right, so at least we can. That's not a problem here. But what I don't see is any brushes moving. So we're going to examine that real quick and try to knock that out the way before we go any further, right? Okay, so let's turn it around. Let's see what we got. First, let me get my gloves, man. Get my gloves. All right, let me get my gloves before I start touching this stuff. Okay. Hope you guys have a great morning. You know what I'm saying? I landed. I hurt my pinky the other day. I hurt my pinky and it tripped over a ladder. And I kind of, did one of these to try to brace myself and bam! That wasn't fun. But I was supposed to have put up the ladder already. So who can I blame for that, right? Man, that ladder was supposed to have been moved already. I told myself, man, I got to move this ladder. And then the ladder's like, all right, you don't want me to move this? Well, no problem. You could leave it there. And I left it there. And then the ladder just, no, I don't want to remove the seam. Give me a second, folks. I've got one last thing. I got one last problem here that I have to resolve. Give me 1 second. One last problem, man. Obviously, it's a technical problem. One last problem, man. Holy cow. Okay, come on. Add existing. Scene. Oh my God, what's going on, man? This thing can't see me. And you know what? Look, man, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. No sweat. Okay, here we go. Let's find out what's going on. Let's see the mystery of what's happening here. All right. Let's see the mystery of what's happening here, man. Why is this brush not turning? Now, the first thing I did was I tried to turn it myself with my hands, just like that, and it's kind of tight. So, to me, something is going on with the plastics on the side. I could be totally wrong about it, but my suspicion is, hey, I'm not technically looking for my tool, Brienne. Actually, I was just looking for my I was looking for my drill bit. You almost walked into a ladder last night. Holy cow. Was not expected to be there. Yeah. Husband got a parachute. Really? He got, wait. Your husband, okay. Is that for real? He got a parachute for Christmas? That's so cool. I would have never. Do you know what's so funny? I've never even thought of something like that as no parachute. That's never came up in any conversation about Christmas presents. So he must do it. So what does he do? Like he jump out of planes? What? Like local plane something? Or he goes parasailing? Oh, I went parasailing twice in my life, and I'm not excited about heights. I'm not scared of heights, but I'm just not excited about heights. This thing has an. You know what? I'm gonna say I'm scared of heights. Let's just say that. Let's just be truthful. Let me not try to be. I'm not. I kind of am, because when you go up like way up in those buildings and then you look over. I'm the guy that look over like, oh damn, hell no. I'll do that, right? I'm not petrified. I'm not like like that, but looking down on it, man, like those trips to the Empire State Building and stuff like that, and it's just like, nah. You go to balconies. You got guys sitting on the edge of a balcony, 20 stories up, and they're talking to you and sitting on it. I'm like, dude, no, man. I hardly lean on it like that. So no. So I can be. I'm gonna be man enough to tell you that I am not excited about heights. How's that? Okay? It's not, hell no, man. I don't know what it is. I just, I'm trying to tighten this thing up here. This thing is too loose for me. Those little metal guards on the side? Oh, I see what happened. It came out and they never put it back. Hold on. Let me turn around the other way. Okay, now. It has like a grip, like this on the inside, and it's just not tight enough. So what I'm gonna do, because this is gonna end up coming out, and then it's gonna end up the belt will end up melting the side. So this metal piece is important. All right, Brienne. Now I think you can say it now. I'm looking for my. Nope, not quite. Not quite. It's right there where I left it. Let me see. I'm gonna squeeze this a little bit. Just want to tighten it just a little bit and slide it back down in there. so it don't just fall off so easy. All right, so here's the belt. Oh, okay. So the reason why it was so tough, guys, is just that all this crap was under here. I was hoping I didn't have to go and replace this brush. Okay, so that's that. That looks like, but I'm still gonna do my ultimate test, okay? And this is the ultimate test when it comes to brushes. You ready? You ready? Here's the ultimate test. If you can hold your brush like this, okay? Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Transition. If you can hold your brush like this, and when it turn it, it does this, right? Some of them even smoother, right? Then you're good, right? But if you turn it and one turn it goes like not even all the way, just right, then your brush is probably messed up. Now a lot of these brushes, though, believe it or not, you can just bang out this metal piece right here. You can just get something and just bang it out, and it'll just come out, and then you'll find that there's a lot of dirt and hair sitting right underneath this plastic cap. Okay, and that will heat up. It will get very hot, and then all of a sudden this hair will seize up and you can't use it anymore. Okay, so if you have one of these units and the brush looks like this, okay, all right, there's a chance that you should be able to still save your brush and just get like a little, it's a hammer and some kind of a pointy, you know, something. Let me just take this off. I'll give you an idea. Something like this, you know, and just bang it out, and just make sure that it's not on the floor because then it's not, you're working against yourself. So you want it at where it'll fall out. All right. Anyway, let's change this belt. And that should solve this problem, all right? Okay, now these vacuums here, hey, Brandon, see? Never done anything like it, but he wants it. He's scared of heights. Is he really? You know what? I honestly believe if he's scared of heights, I think that's a good thing for him to do, because you can kind of overcome it some. So I think I used to be terrified of heights, even at the time when I was going parasailing. And then slowly, you know, it becomes manageable, right? So you do the things you fear the most, right? And so even look, honestly, for me, I think someone's coming here, guys. You may have to give me a pause here a second. Hold on. It's possible. It's possible. May not, but it's possible. Give me a second. I don't know. No. Okay, good. Yeah. All right. So, jet skiing. Okay. Jet skiing for me, because I'm not the best swimmer. I'm good in the pool, right? Self-taught type of deal. I'm good in the pool, but those heavy currents and all that stuff in the ocean, you know, I'm good at the shore. You know what I mean? I'll go under, man. But so when I get on those jet skis, man, if I'm the one driving, I have a lot more confidence. But if somebody else is driving and I'm behind or something like that, no, because the moment they do this, boom, right? You feel like you're gonna fall off the damn thing. Okay? And if you're a guy, you know, you may not want to hug the person around their belly, you know. So you have those grips on the side, and you still feel like you're just about to fall off the damn thing. So I'm not a fan of going all the way a mile out on the jet skis. Okay, I'll do it around the shore. That if I fall off, you know, you have your jacket anyway. I can make my way back. But my brother-in-law, man, and he took Sam all the way out to this wreckage, all the way out there, and I'm like, guys, I'm not going with you, you know. So she held on to him, and then they went out and came back. And I was like, man, I don't care if they would think I'm a wuss. I don't give two shits. Yo. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, so you do it a little at a time, you know. If you get on it a lot, then you eventually erode the fear. You know, you go out a little further, you go out a little further, you go out a little further. you get better at swimming. You can erode the fear, but if you're fresh at it and you're still like, nah, don't. That's stupid. You know, I feel that way about people who are trying to merge. If someone's trying to merge on a highway, and you can look, you can kind of, sometimes you can see the person in the side mirror, or you can see how they're behaving, and they look scared. I am not about to go and start beeping them and start getting all stupid on them, because they'll make a mistake because they're in fear, and you make more mistakes when you're in fear. So I just, you know, and my mom was here. And she's used to New York type of driving, right? And she's ready, like, wait, just people, tell me to get out the way. Like, mom, relax. Relax, it's okay. No, it's okay. We don't drive like that down here. And I was like, listen, so I explained my philosophy on it. I said, look, man, if that's a student driver or an older lady or something, and they're a little bit fearful about merging, I don't want to rush them. Okay, you do it when you're really comfortable, and I'll be all right. So I'm not. But it was just funny watching her lose all her composure. It's like, because the moment the light changes in New York, man, I'm talking a second. If you're not moving, these people are yelling with their car. I mean, I'm talking all the way back. It's like, damn, man, it's like 1 second, bro. Give me a second. I'm about to drive, you know? You're a patient driver until you see someone try to pass all the stop cars before they try. Yeah, you know, there's some, they're idiots out there, you're right? They're idiots. I mean, trust me, I experienced that just driving in New York. There's a lot of people that's just very idiotic. And they're here too. There's some people that's really silly here. But I'm talking about that panic, that trust me, until you drive in a city like that, I don't know how it is in Los Angeles or Atlanta or whatever, those heavy, crazy cities. But until you drive there, trust me, man, it's a different experience being on the road than it is. Here, I'm driving very kind of relaxed. I'm serious. I'm real relaxed. Even if I'm speeding to get somewhere, it's a relaxed type of speed. But if you're not alert, like you have to have eyes everywhere, okay? When you're driving in New York City, okay? Because people will make moves on you that you're thinking they're gonna hit you, you know, and you can be a little bit jerk, but they got this shit timed, man. Like their timing is ridiculous, right? They know how to fit into smallest spaces, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, did you have to do that? But believe it or not, they're probably not gonna hit you, you know. But the stress level is off the charts, okay? So these guys are skilled drivers, right? They're very good, but the stress level is ridiculous, and I'm like, I don't need it. Especially I'm getting older. It's like you guys can have that, man. You guys can have that. All right, let's plug this one in. This is another one. All right, real quick, and then I'm gonna move over to this Hoover. I have 3 of these that I have to knock out, but I'm gonna knock out these 2 and see what's up. Same problem. It looks like holy shit. Now this one's not turning at all. This one looked like it burnt out. This one looked like it burnt out. Honk at me 4 seconds after the light. Yeah, man, I'll shut my car off and sit in the hood. Feed the birds. I like that. So guys, Brianne said, yeah. If you honk at her 4 seconds after the light changes, she'll shut her car off, and she'll sit on the hood, and she'll start feeding the birds. I love that saying, though, feed the birds. I want to keep that one. Go feed the birds. Hey, oh, you want to mess with me? I'll go feed the birds. Okay, you trying to rush me? Oh, I love that. Oh, you trying to rush me? I'll listen. I'll probably use that on my kid. You trying to rush me? You ask me one more time, and I'm gonna go feed the birds. Ooh, I love that. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that. Hold on, let me put that. Can I pin that? Let me pin that one. Feed the birds. I don't want to forget that one. I love that saying right there. I'm gonna pin that. How do I pin that? Pin that. I'm gonna pin that one. I love that. I'm gonna hold on to that saying. I'm gonna go feed the birds. Okay. You know when people take forever to do something, you actually, like if they went to go and make something like let's say it's food. What'd you do? Go grow the cow? What'd you do? You had to go and get the eggs from the chicken coop. So like, you took that long to do this damn thing. What'd you do, right? I love those things. All right, this one here. See, now this is the one this is kind of what I was describing earlier. See, if I try to turn this is not going to turn at all. This guy is dead. This is shot. This is done. Look at this. This is done. Let me let's see. Where's my hammer? Let me try that. That instruction I was giving you guys. My hammer's in the Brian, I got my hammer, damn it. I got my hammer. Let's see if I can get this guy out of here. Let's see if I can get him out of here. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get him out of here. He just moved a little bit. Move a little bit more. All right. There you go. Take a look. Take a look at what's jamming up this thing. See that? It's possible that this will work again, but guess what? It's already eaten away some of this. So this may not really help it the way I would like. But this is what happens when we don't clean away some of this gunk it gets back here. Honestly, that's why I don't like plastic brush rolls. I like either the wooden or the metal, because the plastic on plastic, these two guys are going to melt. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because if this was wood, you probably wouldn't have this melting action right here. And that's just my personal thing, All right, let's get this off. Let's see if we can revive this thing at least a little bit. If not, then we're just gonna have to get a new brush roll. All right. That's it. Look at this. This is all crap. All right. Again, there's no guarantee that this thing will even be back to its normal self. But let's see. It's funny. You can always learn something from people, because you know who taught me this? A customer, man. A customer taught me that. He came in and he told me what he did to his brush, and I was like, really? Because I used to just throw them away and get another one. I would just buy another brush, And he said, yeah, I just bang out the middle. Is that word? Ever since then, I said I gave that a try first before I gave it a try first before I just replaced the brush to bang it out. Yeah. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it and see if the rapid rotation would just kind of get it. If not, then we just have to replace the brush. All right. Okay. That's what we do here, folks. You either fix it, replace it, or you try to find a way to hack it. You're gonna do one of those things, right? But let's just not sit on it and complain about it, because that's definitely not an actionable solution. Okay? We are not those folks. We're either gonna fix it, replace it, or hack it if you can. All right, so I'm just gonna put 2 screws in here so I can, so this brush is not going to fly out, all right? Okay, here we go. Let's try it. Plug it in. Plug it in one more time. Hey, what's up? Bearings, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Let's see if something happens with this. You know, so what I'm going to end up doing is I'll have a brush ready when he comes pick it up. And I'm just going to offer to sell him the brush. So listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I mean, imagine if someone just replaced something in your car that probably didn't need replacing right away and just charge you for it. That's one way to do it. But honestly, I prefer to be upfront with them and just let them know, listen, I was able to do it, but the chances are, what's calling me now? I'm approved for $159,000. I was like, dude, guys, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Potential spam. Oh my gosh. Give me one more second, guys. One of our vacuums, I can help you. There's Wayne. Yes, it is. That's me. Voice, man. Face. I'm better with faces. I'll be perfectly honest. So the voice over the phone may not. But hey, how can I help? November? Okay. Oh, Rockingham. Yeah. I remember you. Oh, yes. Uh-huh. Right. Yeah. Uh-huh. It won't turn off, huh? You mean the upright? The upright? Yeah, most likely it's a power switch. Your power switch is probably stuck and on. Yeah, if you're gonna work on it yourself, just remove the hose from behind the Dyson, the long hose, or just kind of pull it up a little bit and kind of lay it back. There are 4 screws in the back. Okay, probably. Yeah, but you know what? I'll be honest with you. If you can try that and give me a call back a little later, or if you like, I can call you back if you need me to walk you through anything. It's just that right now I'm right in the middle and of something, so I can't really stop to walk you through it. But if you need me to, call me back probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I can walk you through it. Okay? Yeah, later today. But it's four Torx screws. It's T15, and then you can take off that cover that covers the power switch, and then you can just but you're gonna need one of those switches. But most likely it's stuck in the on position. That's why it's not turning off. Okay. Sure. Uh-huh. No, something else must be going on if the plug is getting hot like that. Yeah. If the plug is getting hot like that, but I would say honestly, I would say look at that switch first, because if that switch is also burnt and the ends are burning out, then it's also putting a strain on that too. So that's check the switch first before you go to the plug. Okay. All right. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. All right. Thanks for your patience, folks. Thanks for your patience. Oh, you wish you had known it before? Passing through. Jesus is coming. I hear you. I hear you, Angel. I hear you, man. All right, so so this is the one I'm dealing with here, okay, guys? What's happening is this is another one of those mysteries. I'm gonna have to put on my thinking cap on this one, because is this thing still on? I thought I turned the music off. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Um, so I'm gonna have to put my thinking cap off. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna explore the claim here. So the claim is that the moment you put the water in, the water is spilling out. Okay. So I got some water here, and we're gonna put the water in. Okay. And first, we're gonna check to see if the water just spills out of here. Okay. With no problem, right? And then after that, we want to see what happens next. All right. So I got some water. All right. All right. So maybe with your help, folks, we can figure it out. Right? Let's see. All right. Let's see. Hold on. Let me shrink this back down again. All right, Brianne. The plunger too deep. Maybe, Brianne. Maybe the plunger is plunging too deep. Well, let's see. All right, so now, all right, so now we're gonna press this to see if the water. All right, so this is designed for the water to come out. So the moment you sit down, you sit it on the reservoir right here. The water is supposed to release the water. Then what happens next is the water will go to a dam, like it needs to wait until you squeeze this trigger for it to release the rest of the way. All right. So what's happening is apparently is that it's not waiting for the trigger to be pressed. Right. So let's see. Come on. Lock. You ever got like that where you figured that if you slam it, it'll lock? That's how I feel right now. Why is this thing not locking? Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe that's part of the problem, folks. Huh. Interesting. Let me take this one out real quick, and let me put this in first. Maybe that's part of the problem. Okay, everybody seems fine, right? And all you have to do is snap it in. It's in. All right, now let's put this guy in. Guess what? I'm looking to see if it's just gonna leak. You see that? Water's already coming out. Okay, so I'm not pressing anything, and the water's not. This is not supposed to happen. Okay, so let's take the water out. All right, let's check it out. Let's examine. Okay, let's examine. Let me move this thing from here. This water's gonna get all over the place. Let's move this from here right now. Okay, so it is dripping. So that is a problem. It's not supposed to be dripping until you press your button. Okay, so let's Put this guy out. This guy comes off. All right. Well, man, let's see how we open one of these, huh? It's been a minute since I've messed with a Floormate. It's been a while, but they shouldn't be any different than anything that you open up. You know, remove the screws and keep rocking and rolling. All right. Let me see something. Hey, Calvin. What's up, Calvin? Good morning, Mr. Wayne. Good morning to everyone in the chat again. I say Happy New Year to those that are new here. Ah, dude. Come on, man. That's wicked. I like that. Happy New Year to those that are new here. Respect, Calvin. I love that. You know, I always pride myself in being creative, you know, but I've never tried my creativity with the linguistic rhyming. And Brienne sent me a video the other day of this guy. I saw his door pitch a couple of years ago. I mean, like when I say years ago, I mean probably like 10 years ago or something like that. And this guy was selling like cleaning stuff, and he's rhyming and he has all these funny little quips, and and I was like, you know, no, I was never that guy. But I admire them, you know, because they're so good with words, man. You know, I admire that. But I never tried it. Never tried it. Holy cow. All right. Give me a second, folks. Monroe Vacuums, I can help you. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Probably not resell, but I use them in, we do how-to videos, and so I may use it for that purpose. So it's definitely going to be beneficial. How's that? We can explore why it's happening. So yeah. Honestly, I've done it before, but it's not much, you know. Honestly, it's like $20-$25 type of things that we've done, but because we can't use it and make a profit on it, then it's just like, you know. So people, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, if this is the nature of the machine, then there's probably no repair, you know. But if there is something wrong with it, then you're talking roughly between maybe $95, $150 or something like that. But yeah. If it's really a part that's causing it, or something that's causing that to happen, then it can be repaired. But if that's just the way it is, then nothing you can do. You know, I'll be just charging you, and the same thing happens again. Right. Wow. Terrific. Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Right. No problem. You know, this whenever store I was just pop in. That'd be awesome. Okay. Sure. Sure. Mm-hmm. Really? Okay. No problem. Wow. Right, right. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. All right. Okay. Yes. Yes. All right. Oh, sure. No problem. You're welcome. All right, folks. Sorry about that. All right. Okay. Let's look at it again now. Now that we opened up the bottom of this thing. All right. I want to see what's happening. Okay. Now this is the water line that's going to the floor, and then it just drips out, just like yesterday. I was telling the person that bought the other machine in, that Hoover is not a sprayer. It just pretty much just the water drips out for most of them. So now what I'm not seeing, so let's see if there's a leak. I don't know. It's not supposed to, honestly, it's not supposed to make it this far until you press the trigger. Right? So I'm thinking, honestly, the problem is probably up here where the spraying act, where the trigger is, right? Okay, that's probably what's happening. Either it's stuck on, or the reservoir has a leak. Has the reservoir itself is broken, where the water is supposed to be waiting, like in a dam scenario, right? It's not. The dam is open, right? So it's allowing it to spray before you spray, if you get what I'm saying. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here. So let me put this back on again, all right? And let's let me get my let me get my little cover, because I don't want to wet up the carpet thing here. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's try to figure this out, because I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there right now with the same situation and can benefit from this little diagnostic here. Okay. So, and if it's not you, there's at least you see the process. You see like the troubleshooting process. All right. So here we go. Let's try it again. Let's put it on. Okay. And look at that. The water is already it's running through. Okay. The water is already running through. I just saw the you see it running. All right, let me take it off again. All right. So if you can, I don't know if you can kind of see that. You see the little bubbles going. Golly. I mean, this whole thing is gonna have to be taken apart, because where the problem is gonna have to go right onto this thing here. Let me see something. I wonder if I can get that out. Like I said, it's been a while since I worked on this. The only way I'm gonna have to take all of this off, I think, to get to this little spot right here. But the reservoir could be broken, or this guy here is stuck on. Let's do this. Let's remove this guy. Let's remove the handle. Okay. Let's eliminate this handle. Can it come right out? Okay. All right. So I removed the handle. Okay. I'm going to try it again. All right. Let's do it again. That means the handle is not involved. Okay. We're not squeezing the trigger. The handle is out of the picture. Let's do it again. Nope. All right. Nope. All right. So what do you guys think it is? What do you think it is? I think the reservoir is a problem. If the handle is not involved, unless the handle is stuck on, like there's a spring. Let me see. Unless it's stuck. That's possible too. It's stuck on. You know what I mean? Like whatever this handle is supposed to press. Like this. When you squeeze the trigger, that moves, right? Okay? So it's possible that whatever this is pressing down to get the trigger to, do his thing, that could be stuck on. Just like the guy I was just talking to. His machine is, he has to unplug it to turn it off. So I told him that, well, your power switch is probably stuck in the on position, right? Wow. See how things just see how it works? So this thing, I have a sneaky suspicion that I have two options here. Two things, there's two possible problems. The reservoir is broken, okay? Or this is stuck in the on position. See what I'm saying? So it's one of two. So the handle isn't, the trigger is not the problem, because this is working. If I squeeze the trigger, this is doing its job. Okay? The tank is not the problem. The water can come out the tank. Press the little thing at the bottom, the water's running. Okay? So I can't see the reservoir from here, and I can't see that thing from here. So I don't know who's stuck. Okay? So what do we do? What do we do? I gotta open it up. I gotta open it up and find out. All right, I gotta open it up and find out. Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you with this one. I don't like opening these machines. I remember my experience with this guy. Because I remember having to do had to change the switch. And it's like the whole thing got to come apart just to get to something. And I never liked it. All right, but I'm gonna do it, because it's your job. Doesn't mean you gotta like stuff. You just gotta do what you gotta do. I had to tell my son that. I had to say, son, you can't just want to do things because it feels good or you like it. You got to do what you got to do, whether you feel like it or not. But if you only can get motivated to do something just because you like it and it's nice, you're going to be in a world of trouble as you get older. Because there's going to be a lot of things you need to do that you don't like to do. You say, well, I only want to work at a company that I like, and I don't want to do this that I like. It's like, who's telling you guys this? What are you talking about? It would be nice that if everything you want to do, you like, and it's lovely, and you can have sugar on top, and you ever saw those TikTok people back in the day? When I say back in the day, I'm talking like 3, 4, 5 years ago. And they would walk in their workplace. They probably still do it. And they're like, oh my God, I'm here. And I'm going to go over to the massage place. It was for mostly the IT people, if you guys remember that, right? And we're going to go to the snack bar. And, I'm just going to work for 2 minutes. And then I'm going to go on top of the roof and get a suntan. I'm like, really? I said, that's where you work, huh? And then I'm gonna go for my afternoon mimosa, whatever. I'm like, so that's your day at work. Interesting. That's interesting. I was like, this is not gonna last long. Oh my God. And then these companies start downsizing and they're wondering, they're like, why am I getting fired? Because you weren't doing shit. And not only were you not doing anything, you told the whole world you're not doing anything. Are you kidding me? And you get these 6-figure salaries. Get out of here. But some people only want work like that, and they think that's work, man. I'm like, dude, guys, you gotta wake up. Oh. Okay, let's see. All right, so we got the screws out. Got all the screws out. I dropped one of the screws actually, but I'll get it later. All right, let's see if this is. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to remove this here in order to get it. Let's give it a shot. Let's see if this comes right off. Maybe not. Come on. What else do I have to do here? Do I have to take something else out? Let's see. Something in the back, maybe. Let me see if I have to pry it somewhat. Give me a second. Not too hard though. You don't force anything if you're working on one of these. Oh, I see it. There's one more screw. There's always one more screw, man. There's always one more screw. There's always one more screw. Do people even use that word anymore for that, Screw. But anyway. All right. Gotta have a sense of humor, man. Okay. I don't know if you can see what I'm looking at here. It looks like a mess, but okay. Let me act as if I'm going to do the trigger. This lady bringing a vacuum that looks like an Electrolux. Give me a second, folks. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I am fantastic. How are you doing? Oh, wow.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. How you doing?
I am wonderful. I hope you are.
I'm good.
Except my favorite vacuum cleaner needs some attention.
Okay.
And I tried to fix it myself.
Okay.
But the handle, it either needs to be repaired
yes.
or replaced.
Yeah. You know what? I'll take it. Is that the only thing?
That's
Something
it.
else? Okay, I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has been the best vacuum ever.
Well, I mean, it's an Electrolux. They don't make them like that anymore. That's for sure.
No, they don't.
They don't. Just put the phone number for me because you haven't changed your number, right?
No,
It's the same, all right.
well, I don't know if it's my home phone number or if you got my cell, but this is my cell.
You know what? Let me see. Punch it in. Let's see. Either way, if it's updated, I'll just update it.
Okay.
Okay, and we have an Electrolux. Okay, no problem. I will get right on this for you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay.
And you can throw away my hair ties that I tried to hold it together with.
No, you're resourceful. That's what you do.
And it worked for a little bit, but then occasionally I'd get my fingers caught in there and it would pinch.
Oh. All right, I'll call you when it's all set, okay?
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh, yes. Take care.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys. I'm coming back. All right. So I'm watching this lever. I'm watching how it works, okay? Okay. Fairly simple system if you look at it. Okay, so this here, this could be this could be it too. This could be broken. This here, right here, this could be it. This little thing right here could be the problem. All right, this could be it. Okay, I'm not sure if I can set this up so you can see everything in action here. Hold on. All right. Yes. Okay. So okay. Okay. So it looked like the reservoir operates a little bit different than the other Hoover reservoir. See, this is a Hoover reservoir, right? So sitting right under the old Hoover, this little thing that sticks up, on top you'll have the little rubber, but underneath it looks the same. Now this here is waiting for the trigger to press. It'll push down and then it releases the water. Now this one here now, this is waiting. This is supposed to wait until you press this and it uses a pulley, and it looks like it pulls it up. Let's try it. Let's see. Hold on. Wow. It's not really doing much. Okay. So now we're going to put the water on and let's see what's happening. Okay. Let's put the water back on. Damn. I'm going to wet up my thing. All right. I'll hang it off the table. Let me make sure there's nothing below here. Let me get my Let me get that out of the way. I don't want anything to get wet that I need. Get my charger out the way. Man, let me do it right. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me do it right. Let me get my damn, let me get it. Let's not mess up. You know, let's just do it right, because I'm going to be mad at myself if I knew I should have done it right and I did it, and then the damn thing messes up. So, you know, let's not do that, all right? Okay, here we go. So I'm trying to do it so you can see what's happening here. Okay. I know it's hard to see from far, but let's do it. I'm trying to pull it up as if I'm squeezing the trigger, you know? Nah. I think that mechanism is broken, guys. I think this is what's broken. Because the water comes out of here and goes to here. And it's supposed to wait until this spring pulls up, and then the water releases. And it looks like the moment you put it on is going and is passing the little blockade. So let me take this out and see what it looks like, all right? Let's take that out. Hey, Brienne. Mom is blowing up my phone. Oh, okay. All right, Brienne. Hey, Geek the Brave, what's up? Hey, Brienne. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, okay? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's... How long is that drive back? Drive back to Ohio. I just want to see what this looks like, guys. This looks like the part I'm going to need to replace. Let me take this off. 5 hours. Okay. All right. Well, I definitely I understand the trip. I understand you know, hopefully those 5 hours she can have some cool stuff to listen to or to reflect on. It could be a very nice, peaceful 5-hour trip. I hope she arrives safely. Okay. I think this guy's the problem, guys. Come on, get out of here. Give me a second. Let me pry him out. Reason I'm doing this, I don't want to the wood. I mean, not the wood. Sometimes golly, man, I'm trying to get the words out. The tubing is so tight that if you yank it off, you can break the tubing, and it'll just pop, and it'll leave the it'll break the tubing. So now you have to replace the tubing and that. So I try to pry it off like real. Here it is, nice little flat head, and just slowly as I'm pulling, I just give it a little bit of assistance to get off. Okay. Here it is. So I think this guy's a problem. I have a sneaky suspicion that this guy is broken. I think that's what happened. Honestly, you know what it looks? It looks like he's supposed to be down here. It looks like this stopper is supposed to be down here, and it's above the water line. So the water is just going. The water is just escaping. Let me try to pull up the schematics because I want to see what this is supposed to actually look like. But that's what it seems like to me. Like the water, there's no stopper. And if this is supposed to pull this little hook here, I don't know if you can see it. This is a hook. So the moment you press this, it presses a lever that pulls the hook up, and all you're doing is pulling the stopper away from the water line. But this has a clear run. From the time the water hits this, it's pouring out. This guy's the culprit. Let me see if I can get the schematics up on this guy. Let me see. Hey, is that cool? This guy's the culprit, man. You have to get a little excited about about your, even if it's a vacuum. you gotta get excited about problem solving, man. It does something for you. Okay, whatever your job is, you know, either get excited about building something, designing an app, designing a building, designing a car, or fixing the car. But solving the problem, man, there's something you get out of it. I don't know what it is that you have to do in your life to, even if your job don't allow you to do that. Because some jobs, it's very, you got to follow the program, right? We have these things laid out, and you put this thing into that, and you put this into that, right? And that's your job. You get paid to do that, and you go home. That's great. But then you find something on the side, right? It doesn't have to be a job. It's a hobby or whatever, where you're solving a problem or you're making something. Because as we get older, those things need to keep clicking. Okay? Click, 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 click. Because if not, man, it'll have a bad effect on you if you're not in the process of either creating something or solving something. Okay? And if your job happens to be a problem-solving position, then you're the better for it. You know, you're better off, right? And then if you like what you're doing, you're even better off. I mean, damn. So you get the brain health, right? You get the exhilaration that you don't have to go seek out exhilaration in unhealthy ways. Because when you solve a problem, man, that thing does something for you. You know, it's a win-win. At least that's how I see it. That's my opinion. All right. All right. So let me see the model number for this, and let me see if I can. I'm gonna try to pull up the schematics on this bad boy, and I want to see what he's supposed to look like, because I'm honestly my suspicion is it just makes sense to me, right? That the stopper is missing, whether it's this black one at the bottom. Okay, or it's this, but something. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You see, now it's supposed to look at that. So you're supposed to be able to do this, but something is messed up, and this something is not right. Those water is just going straight down. So. Yeah, and there's no fixing this, guys. This has to be replaced. Okay? There's no fixing this. Yeah. You know what could have happened? I swear, you know what? You know what I'm thinking? The black gasket is probably supposed to be right here. And when you pull it up, that's when the water now flows out. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. We'll see. Let's see. What's the model number on this guy? Here it is. Okay. FH40160. FH40160. Let me pull up my schematics here. FH40160. Parts catalog. All right. And now, guys, I'm going to be signing off soon. But I'm happy that you were able to hang out with me while I 40160 while I troubleshoot this thing and see the process that I go through. All right, let me see the diagram. Diagram complete, schematic assembly. Okay. I see it, number 4. Okay, it's called reservoir tubing assembly. Okay, so if you ever need one of these, the item number is you know what, let me use the same item number. Let me go to Parts Warehouse. Parts Warehouse is where I go to a lot to get good schematics. Now I can go right to my portal with Hoover, but I'm talking for the general public. This fits. It fits FH40160, FH40150, FH40161, FH40162, and FH401. You know what? Let me see if I can copy that. Can I copy this and put it in the chat? Let's see. Hold on. Hey, let me see something. Hold on, Calvin. I'm sorry. I didn't even see that one on the other one. Calvin said, good morning, good morning, good morning. I have a quick question. Is Hoover still making and manufacturing these floor mats? Well, I guess it's Floormate. I've always wanted one for years, but never had. You know what? I think so, man. Hold on. Let me see. Assembly. I'm just going to paste it right here so people can get, they can see the part number. Okay. Fits. Well, hold on. Give me a second, man. Will fit. Will fit. Boom. All right. So I'm going to put that in the comment. So if anybody needs the part number for that, they can find it. Let me get the other one. Brienne, boom, bam. All right, and I'll put it up there too. Okay, so it's I put them in both feeds. Sorry, Calvin, I couldn't see the other feed, man. So I apologize if I got to your question too late. Okay. All right, so let me go to Parts Warehouse real quick, and let me see if these guys, if they have it. I want a close-up look of it. Let me see. Yeah, I want a close-up look. You know what? Let me go to images from Google. Yeah, Google images. Let me see if I can get images. All right. Let's see what it's supposed to look like up close and personal. Maybe I can share my browser with you guys on the other side, the people that's looking at the overhead. Let's see if I can share my browser with you. Okay. Here we go. Look at that. I'm sharing my browser. Oh God, why is it so big? My friends are silly. They would be like, "That's what she said." Here we go. No, guys, that is how it's supposed to look. That's how it's supposed to look. It's just not operating the way it's supposed to operate. It's supposed to have it look like, yeah, this gasket is down here, and this is up here. It's just not holding the water back. I don't know why. All right, let's do this one more time. All right, I'm gonna hook it up one more time before I go. I know what the problem is. How's that? At least I suspect this as a problem. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put this back. Let me go back and change my. What is this, man? Oh my God! I tell you, man. I absolutely do not like this. I absolutely do not like. OBS pisses me off beyond measure, guys. All right. I'm glad that it's a free software and all that, but it's I guess that's what you get. You know. That's what you get. It's just oh my God. Why? Why? Holy cow. What's this? Okay. I'm trying to transfer over, guys. Give me a second. Stupid. I swear. Whatever. Let me, what is this little piece here? There's a little thing over my head that I can't control. Fine, let's do it again. Boom. Golly. Go on you, bro. All right. Let me put this back. I'm gonna try it one more time, guys. And just maybe, you know, honestly, it seemed like I'm doing a but just maybe, priming this thing like that could have freed it up. Okay. And I could be looking at it the wrong way. So let's see, okay? Let's see. All right. Probably should have done it this way first. Shit. Gosh, come on. You know what? Let me do this. Man. Yeah, probably. Okay. I got to get this hook in here. Here it is. And then put it back. All right. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's try this. Ay, ay, ay. Let's try it again. Let's try. All right, I'm gonna hook the water up one more time. You never know. It could also be that you we fixed the we primed it and maybe it was stuck or something like that, you know. So I'm gonna attach the water again and I'm gonna see if the thing just flows like regular. If not, I'm gonna have to replace that piece. All right. Wait, it's not dripping. It's not dripping, folks. It's not dripping. 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 Look. Look, it's not dripping. All right, now I'm gonna squeeze the trigger. I'm gonna squeeze the trigger. Now it's dripping. I'm gonna let go. Let's do it again. Let's let go. Coño! Yeah, boy. I honestly fell into that one, but I suspected that I was like, you know what? I'm here pulling this thing up and out. You know, it's maybe it's possible. It's fixed. Oh man, that's cool, man. Damn, that's awesome. Okay, well then, damn, guys, my job is done here. Oh my gosh, that is so positive, man. That's awesome. Now I gotta figure out a way to get this thing back hooked up back here without anything being messed up. Let me pull these out. Wow. Nice. Nice. All right. Don't you love winning? What did Trump say? We're winning. I can't do the voice. We're winning. We're gonna win so much. We're gonna get tired of winning. Well, I know I love winning. I don't know about you. Oh man. All right. Well, guys, now I gotta try to put this thing back together. But well, that's it. We solved the problem. Solved the problem, man. That is awesome. Okay. All right, hold on. Well, I think that's it. I think I can wrap it up here. And voila. Well, if you like the channel, if you like what we did, hit a like on the subscribe so you can see more. Yesterday we did a Hoover, what do you call that? Spin Scrub XL, and the problem with that one is that the water wasn't coming out at all. Okay, and today we did a Hoover Floormate, and the problem with this one was the water was just leaking out the moment you put the tank on, and we had to find out why. And it just looked like we just needed to just prime that pump a little bit and just kind of loosen it up and something. So cool. All right, I'm gonna test it a few more times. I want to make sure that it's not a fluke, because that part may still need to be replaced with I don't know, but at least we know where the problem was. And the good thing about it, the process that I use. And it just seemed like I'm just knocking things around. I'm not. The way I process this is I want to go back to the beginning, right? Like, what is this supposed to be doing, right? It's supposed to be waiting until I press the trigger to spray. That's what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, let's test that, right? The same thing with suction with your vacuum. Like, okay, my vacuum's supposed to have suction, right? Okay, great. Where does the suction start? It starts at the motor. Okay, well, let's go back to the motor and find a way to see if the motor is generating suction, if it's running, if it's not, it doesn't have any odor. Okay, great. Let's put on the dirty bin. Let's put on the bin, okay? And let's see if I put the bin on, do I have suction at the closest exit for the bin, right? And most of the time, the closest exit is where the hose is connected to, all right? Because the suction leaves the bin and it goes through the hose. Do I have suction there? You see what I'm saying? And then I go to the next section. Then I go to the next section. Then I make my way down to the floor. So if you always go back to the beginning of what it's supposed to be doing, then the motor didn't have nothing to do with the spraying with this. So I didn't have to worry about the motor. Okay. I had to first worry about the tank. The tank. Okay, can the tank release water? Yes. Okay. Well, let's assume the tank is okay. What's next? The tank sits on the reservoir. Oh, okay. All right. And how does the water come out of the reservoir? Well, you need to squeeze the trigger. Okay. Right. So is that working? So we eliminated the trigger to see if maybe this was stuck in the on or whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? And and after I realized that, I said, well, the problem is going to either be here, that triggers, or the problem is going to be the reservoir, and maybe the reservoir is stuck open, right? When we opened it up, we realized that they use a lever, and it's pulling the reservoir open, okay? But the problem was the reservoir, okay? So that's that. That's kind of how we problem solve here, and you can use that in any other situation that you're doing. Okay, that's the benefit of the channel, folks. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to see you later, most likely tomorrow. And you stay positive, all right? And don't take any wooden nickels. Okay, actually, you know what? Let me give you some music on my way out. Where's my music? Stay positive. I don't have any music. I close the screen. All right.